What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Cities Skylines. I've been really looking forward to playing this because it's a really relaxing game. You're just gonna like play it in your free time and not have to worry about anything. It's a pretty simple game. It's not that difficult. I'm assuming that a lot of the complications are going to come across later on down the line. For now, I thought briefly, and by thought briefly, I actually filmed like a half an episode where I bulldoze like this over here, and then I put in like big highways right here so that in the future we wouldn't have to worry about congestion on the roads. But in retrospect, I feel like that was probably a waste of time, so I'm just going to stick with what we have for right now and fiddle around with some things. I don't think the roads were the best choice right there. I played around with it in my free time. In the previous episode, we had zoned out all of this for residential, and I'm thinking a wise idea right now would be to get some roads out and running. I'll probably have this guy, it's not going to lock in anywhere. We can lock in vertically, though. Well, then lock in vertically. That sounds good to me right now. Locking in, yeah, you know that satisfying snap you get when two plastic objects snap together? Like when you're building furniture from like IKEA or anywhere else, that just like snap, and you know it's not going anywhere? I love that. Our vacation was extended. Could someone water the plants while we're gone? The keys are in the flower pot out front. Plot twist, it's a grow up. Let's go down here. You get there, it's like 700 marijuana plants. The police show up shortly thereafter. This sounds like the beginning of a TV miniseries where you go to prison for some shit you didn't do because like you pissed off some guy. You'd be like, "Ugh." This individual was found with 785 pounds of weed in the house. Technically, he didn't own the house, but he was there holding a watering can. He was whistling merrily. I want to point that out in court. There was no remorse because he was whistling happily while he was watering the plants. So let's take that into account before we sentence him. Let's see. Doesn't that sound like a prison miniseries? It does. It sounds like an Orange is the New Black type thing. You went to prison for some shit you didn't do. You're like, no, they told me I need to water the plants, and then 5 minutes after I got there was weed plants, and so I was like, oh well. That seems just fine, and so I just kind of like went along with it. Yeah, that looks pretty good right there. I don't know what our infrastructure requires right now. It looks like we need industrial. These little meters down here at the bottom, I don't think I talked about it, but the little meters down at the bottom allow you to figure out what you need. So it's residential, commercial, and then offices and industrial. So we definitely need some more industrial. Maybe we'll make a little industrial park down here, possibly. Like segment this out slightly. I don't know what to do with the rest of this, but I don't know if it's a wise idea to keep all of my industrial in the same area. It seems like that might backfire on me at some point, and I don't like it when guns fire backwards. I don't like them when they fire at my back. Any combination of wordplay and or shenaniganry we can do right here right now is not something that I am interested in exploring. So let's get the water run to this side of town because we're going to be developing it pretty soon. Got that right there. I think we're going to have power grid problems in the near future, so we may want to set up another power plant as well. Although whereabout I want to do that, I don't know. I would figure a second coal plant maybe. I mean, we're going to have to get rid of this problem eventually. We have enough cash right now to where we could go all in on wind turbines, but we're close enough to 2,600 population where we could get the advanced turbine. And so I think I'd just rather wait it out on the advanced wind turbine. It's a tough call because we're only, whatever we do right here, we're going to have to retrofit slightly, so maybe we'll just do like a small wind farm right here. Just something to get us by for a little while. And then we'll connect that to the grid right there. It doesn't look amazing. I really hate this power line right here, but we should be able to fill this in with some other goodies later on. Finally, I'll probably zone this for a little bit further industrial work as well, just to make sure that we have something lined up for people in the future because they're going to want jobs along the way. We put a road out this way, so if we wanted to do more industrial growth out in this Bedford Park type area, never mind. This isn't Bedford Park yet. That's what I was going to call it, though. It's going to be Bedford Park once we get that all done. Let's see on this side. Okay, industrial's being taken care of. I see that bar dropping. And I see us making a little bit more money. And that makes me pretty happy. Let's give this some time to develop. There's a small desire for commercial areas. So let's maybe put in some commercial. We could subdivide right here. I think that'll work. We'll put that right there. We'll put that in right there. And people are not going to be happy about it. But you know what? People are going to have to deal for right now. And I don't mean deal drugs. I don't want to have, because when the mayor says that, what's going to happen is that whatever paper is against me, they're going to be like, oh, the mayor told his citizens to just deal. And that's exactly what they did. Over the next 5 years, crime rates increased exponentially throughout Bimington. And I'd be like, oh, God, one sentence has really screwed us right here. It's like, how do you even, where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? So let's put in maybe a little commercial park right here. That'll keep us sorted out for a little while because the demand is not that high. Got a little bit of industrial going on down here, but it looks like actually the pollution is not so bad, but maybe it'll get worse over time. I don't know exactly how these things work. My skills at city planning are limited, to say the least. We need education as well, but our cash flow is a little skimp. We aren't exactly flush with the guap right now, so I think if we want to sit around and just wait for our Fetty to get right, that might work out, so let's do that. Wait for some of that green to fall into our laps. I'm glad that we got ahead of the power problem, though. I have no idea where we take a look at what our power usage is, and there it is right there. It's this flip-down menu. Our criminality, very, very low. A 2% crime rate per capita is actually not that. Have you lost your wallet? I found a black leather wallet. Send a PM to get it back. So I guess it's called a PM right here. That reminds me of World of Warcraft and MMOs. On Twitter, it's called a DM. I got to get it all split up. I don't know. The noise pollution is like real up in some of these areas. Very, very real. So we don't want to build residential down here if we can help it. We also want to keep that limited. I don't know. It might be a good idea just to keep our industrial areas like really, really isolated. It might work out. The average ground pollution is pretty low. That's not so bad. Fire safety, it's a hazard, and so we should probably put in a fire station sometime soon. Where is our water problem coming through? It's got to be one of the new areas that I redistrict. Let's see. Oh, they're on the edge of the line. Okay. I can fix that really, really easily, like so. Although part of me is wondering if it isn't time to run a second line off this way. It's a little expensive, but yeah, let's do it because I don't like to think about my financial security, so meh. We should also probably put in parks or something. I don't know. Small playgrounds? What do people like? People like that kind of stuff, don't they? This is going to cost $1,000? Well, hell, put it in. Everybody loves a park. Everybody loves a park. And then we could put in like a little one over here. Yeah, there it is. That'll cheer people up. Every now and again, if you run through the suburbs, they are going to dot things. Do we have fire? Okay, so fire is a hazard right now. They said that already, so I should probably be aware. Is our city going to have a school of its own? I wish that I had a school worth going to. Okay. Well, looking for suitable spots for a school. We should probably keep it centralized somewhere near the middle of town so that everybody can get to it. Put it right next to the highway. That seems safe. Let's see how far that reaches out. It didn't make it to this corner, so we're going to have to go up here. This is going to be expensive. Be aware that our upkeep on these is going to hurt. It's $160 a week, I think, to maintain each school, and so that put us down by $320. We should see our profits drop off slightly, but as long as it's expected, that's okay. It's when things are not expected and then they fall off anyways that you start to feel the need to just cry and weep and moan. Ooh, there's an industrial fire over here. Y'all should probably get on top of that and make sure that it doesn't happen any further. I don't like it when my city's burning down. We've taken a lot of time to try and get this thing built up, and wiping it out with just like wanton destruction. Oh good, we put our school in the pollution zone. A building has leveled up. Where is that at? Because I don't think that I've seen that happen before. There's not enough water? Did I not run the pipes right? Oh, it didn't connect. My bad. That explains why it wouldn't go perpendicular, too. I was wondering why it wouldn't snap into being perpendicular with the main line over there, and that's why. God, look at that shit pipe. Is that not the most disgusting thing ever? Like, oh my god. Like, is this really how we're getting rid of our waste? I don't know if I've talked about this already, but that's brutal. That's brutal right there. Imagine if our pump was over here. If you're wondering what's in there, it's everything. It's dishwater, laundry water, runoff from watering crops, which then you have fertilizer, which runs off nitrates and things like that. It's just about everything. It's sewage. It's a big old ball of gaggly nastiness. Don't let the lack of color fool you. It is some pretty gross stuff. It's basically we're dumping gray paint into the ocean. Just think about it that way. Alright, what do we have a demand for? More industrial, actually. A pretty big demand for industrial, and our growth has slowed down as well. Growths, you kind of want them to slow down if you're talking about the growths of the medical variety, but if you're talking about the city, we kind of need this to be taken care of. So let's run this in a line up to there. This is not going to be pretty, and we may not be able to even power it all, is my other ginormous worry, is that we won't even be able to power all this. However, we've got to get it done. I mean, we just need jobs. We need things that people can do with their free time that don't involve, you know, clandestine activities. Let me get this lined up. We'll just run a road right there. That seems all right to me. That seems like it'll work. And then let's get ourselves all residentialed up on this side. So residential, yes. Would you like to live on the edge of town? Enjoy living on the edge of town. There it is. I like the rubber bandbox. I don't use the fill tool that often. Then again, I was never a big fan of fill. Fill is kind of a tool. So we'll put this in over there. There we go. That'll probably help out a little bit with our residential problems. Minorly. Slightly. Put in a big residential district over here as well. And then we'll cut it a little bit later with a road maybe along each side. Like down to there. And like down to there. That seems pretty good to me. That'll work out. It's just a placeholder so they don't build houses on top of it. We're going to see our industrial needs fall off. Although first things first, we need to build pipe works in order to get this all functioning. We'll have that just run down the road right there. Honestly, it seems like it might not be a bad idea just to have pipes run underneath the street, but whatever. Buy new land. There's a piece of land we can buy, and so it's any of the adjacent areas. Project Lazarus, what happened to you guys? What did that say? International conglomerate stops funding Project Lazarus. That's true. I haven't found the place yet where I sell my soul to Sam Walton in order for sweet kickbacks as a government official. Where is that button at? How do I make myself universally vilified by my citizenry? Noise pollution's pretty bad. We're going to have to work on that a little bit, and I don't know exactly how we fix the noise pollution. There's got to be somewhere, maybe ordinances or something like that, like no whistling or no marching band ordinances or something. Pollution's good. The wind is looking pretty strong over in this region. It's looking strong over there, too. This might be a good area over here to run a lovely... While I'm looking at stuff, feel free to pass time as rapidly as you desire. We could also, if I buy this pack of land over here, there's a lot of wind farming space. I just kind of want us to get to the point where I can put in the advanced wind farms. Yeah, there goes the blackouts right there, so we're sort of just waiting on them right now. I don't want to install more coal factories if I can help it. I'm sorry, more not coal refineries, but coal plants. I don't want more coal plants if I can help it. That's very nice of somebody to return a wallet. I had to do that the other day. Somebody, oh my god, it was brutal. Like, I went to the bank and I was at an ATM and somebody left their card in the ATM machine and logged in. Like, I walked up and I could see their accounts right there. Like, I could see exactly how much money was in each of their accounts. It was already logged in. Like, I could have done a withdrawal. Like, anything could have happened. It was super brutal. Like, I was like, oh my god. I started hitting the cancel button just like as fast. I felt guilty the second I walked up and saw it. I was like, press the cancel button quick before somebody blames me for something. Like, I got nervous. Then again, I'm not very gangster, so there it is. Like, a lesser, or I don't know. I think a lesser man probably would have skimmed off the top. It was logged in. Like, it was past the point where you had to put in a PIN number and everything. Like, how you brain fart that badly, that's kind of like a major thing. Like, ooh, $56,000. There we go. Now we got money. Let's put in some good wind turbo. Oh, these cost $12,000 though, but they produce a lot more. Is that the benefit? It requires water. Oh, it's a water turbine? You have to put it in the ocean? Oh, that's odd. I don't know what to think about that. What's the upkeep on it? Advanced wind turbine allows you to build them in bodies of water to save space. The amount of power produced okay. This depends. Does it cause any sort of pollution or anything? No pollution, but noise pollution. But I don't think we're going to be building any cities on top of the ocean, so there you go. I'll probably put that out. Yeah, let's put it so that it connects with the outflow, I guess. That seems good. And that'll get it back onto the grid, I guess, maybe. Kind of, sort of. Okay, maybe not. We'll put one right there, too. That one's like using sewage. I mean, I guess that's a better use than just dumping this. We could use sewage. Fueled by the power of poo, the electricity which fills our city is the pinnacle of efficiency. Move today to Bibbyton. We use poo to power your food. I'm like, ugh. That doesn't seem like a good catch line. You might want to run that one through marketing again. Just one more time. That or stop paying the guy minimum wage because I think he's messing with you right now. Go the perpendicularity right there to get that house some water because obviously everybody likes to have a little bit of water. Some of that sustenance. It's going to increase the noise pollution over here. Which one's the noise pollution again? Honk honk. Traffic's pretty bad right there at these intersections. It may then help if I branch off from right there and maybe take a little bit of the paint off. I know traffic's going to get bad around this center thoroughfare. I know that it is. And how I'm going to retrofit that in the future, I haven't really thought about. But it's going to have to be retrofitted. Like, we may have to... Yeah, I just don't know. I don't know at all how I'm going to fix that. Not so sure. Because I think we are going to have some serious congestion right here. But if we buy this piece of land, we could have another highway come off of the sides that then connects into these areas possibly. So this will probably be the next piece of land that I buy right here so that we have access to the entire freeway. And then we can sort of siphon off traffic wherever we want it as time goes along, fixing our problems before they become major issues. Because we got a little bit of cash on hand, I think it's probably a good idea to throw a high school up in this mix. I don't think we should put the high school next to the highway though. High school, highway, it seems like they would go together based on nomenclature. Fortunately, not the case. Probably shouldn't put it out by the landfill either. That seems good. I'll probably just bulldoze this guy's house. Because I can do that. Because I am the mayor. It's part of the perks. I bulldoze your house to put in high schools. So enjoy that. Sorry, guy that's now homeless. It is what it is. I don't make the rules. But don't blame me for playing by them. We'll go residential over here. We will go residential. Actually, let's leave that alone for a second. We'll leave a little gap right there. We'll go residential on this side. We'll go residential right there. That seems pretty good. I'm not going to put in residential right here because that's priming myself for a problem later on when I have to retrofit this road. If I ever have to do that, it depends. What did Twerper just say? Have you lost your wallet? Oh, apparently there's a lot of wallets being lost right now. Like, a lot of wallets. Alrighty then. That seems to be taken care of. We should probably focus on... God, how much industrial do you need, though? Like, we need a lot of industrial to keep this thing growing, and I think it's hurting the environment. It's got to be doing something negative to the environment. There's no way that we're able to just, like, stack this stuff up without any ill effects. Something bad's got to be happening right now. I can feel it. I can feel it. Go a little bit more industrial right there. Maybe a tiny bit of industrial right there just to even it out. Industrial right there because that's going to be land next to the freeway anyway, so nobody's going to want to live there. We'll go... I guess I can compact this a little bit better too, but we need ordinances or we need something in order to get the pollution down in these areas. Maybe get it off a little bit more slightly. What I'm calling correlation to right now is, for example, when you play Tropico, there's lots of little things you can enact to sort of like limit the amount of pollution that your city gets hit with. Really do my best to connect that with as much zoning space as well. And so now that we've got that, I think I'm just going to go all in on industrial. I don't think we have much of a choice here. So let's just do it. Let's just do it. Alright. And so we probably want to zone this as well while we're out here. The wisdom of doing so seems as though it might be head and shoulders above some of the other activities we could be participating in. Probably going to need water in order to get this whole system to work, so there's that. Fire out here. I'll probably put a fire station. Where's my other fire station at? So yeah, there's a big fire risk out here. It's probably a decent idea to throw a fire station like right at this spot so that the fire station we have, well, we got big problems over here too. Let's put it over here. We're going to protect our citizens first. We'll protect industry second. And so now that we got a fire station right there, that should take care of all of them. Things should be better from here on out on this side of town. Okay, so good. Yeah, they're protected. You can tell what it needs in a different area by the color of all the buildings. And so since they were all red, we knew that they very, very badly needed a fire station over here. Red is the color of fire trucks. Yay. And so our industrial needs are now diminishing. With our commercial needs, I don't think anybody needs commercials. I get tired of them after a while, but let's go ahead and zone up for right now, I guess. Our power needs should be totally taken care of for a while. Well, we're producing 94 megawatts, and we're at 71, so... What's with the waterworks? Showering is getting a little bit... Did I forget to run something over here? Oh, they're right on the edge of the grid. Okay. Yeah, if I wanted to be efficient, I would just make the pipes follow the roads, but... Oh, well. Then again, I feel like I have a lot of, like, unnecessary road, too, so maybe there's nothing you could do about it. I'll probably make all of this commercial park, because we've got this space right here, and I can't really make people live in polluted land. I mean, I could, but it wouldn't be a very nice thing to do. It'd be a dick move. It would be a very, very dick move. I like how there's this one extended, just, like, Quickie Mart over... Exactly. Exactly. The big bite. You just got to put yourself a fast food place right in the middle of a residential zone. How they wrangle those deals, I don't know. Oh yeah, we have the bus transport service. That's right. We could get some cars off the roads if we do this properly. It is expensive though. A bus station's going to set us back a lot of Skrilla. Our Fetty, our cheddar, it will be hurting a lot. That Gouda will just be like, oh my god, my Gouda nature is being destroyed. Let's see here. The nature of being Gouda. No, that is not what I desired. I wanted it right there. Thank you. I appreciate your cooperation. We need lots of residential right now because apparently everybody wants to move into our city. It's a pretty badass place to live right now, so I don't blame them. However, oh wow, we're making cash right now. Do we seriously have no growth? Wow, we must have completely and totally ran out of houses. Didn't expect that to happen. Let's continue the residential growth on this side. Let me slow down the map slightly. We'll go down to here, and then we'll just put one final subdivision up and in here. And bam, bam, bomb. There it is. Probably quicker with the fill tool, but whatever. Never a big fan of... Did I do that joke already? I was going to say that I'm not a big fan of Phil, but I can't remember. Phil is kind of a dick. I don't know if I did the joke already. I've re-recorded this episode now like twice because like things have been I was playing around with stuff is what it came down to. Is I started fiddling with different ideas and some of them were better than others and I was like, okay, well I might implement that. I might implement that. It's just sort of like me fiddling with stuff. And I like where we're at right now though. We got a lot of residential going on. We should probably figure out all of our meters are down so we're not worrying about things too heavily. Just let it grow for a second. Just let it grow. Let it grow. The roads never bothered me anyways. Good morning, everybody. What a beautiful sunrise. Paradise on Earth. Is it indeed? I guess your definition of paradise differs from mine. Oh, they don't have enough workers. That's what that little bubble right there means, is that we don't have enough population to fill in the jobs that we have. That's good, because it means for once we're ahead of the industrial curve. They don't have enough workers either, but that might be due to a road shortage. Let's see here. Oh, either way, it's going to bulldoze. What is that on the corner? Just a house? I don't care if it's just a house. We just need to, we need more roads that go out to our industrial section. So there we go. I'll bulldoze that building for right now. We'll take a small hit, but we're making a lot of money right now anyway, so I don't think it's going to matter. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here at the Nerdcast for the next episode of Cities Skylines. I hope you're enjoying the playthrough. I'm having fun with it. We're not playing, amazingly, but at the same time, I'm having a good time playing it, and I think that that's all that matters. I will see you all later. Hi, do out, everybody. See you next time.